play some trains? So what I have here is, I'd say, a small win. Like, I've reached a goal, which is a platform, and I have some buildings to show you. So stay for the ride to enjoy my adventures on making some little buildings for my station. At the beginning of deciding to do the railway, the first thing I had to find out was, what does the building look like? And I looked and found bits in books, and then luckily spoke to a guy called Daniel Callis, who gave me some pictures of it. So this is the back view of the building here. I'm going to refer you to the books that I have on it. But to sit down, I need to make space on my chair. I'm going to have to move Rocket. Rocket, can I get in here? Rocket, don't you get... It's a big break. Oh, that's it. Forget. So looking on the internet, trying to find pictures is quite difficult. There was the standard kind of pictures available. So picking up this book, Northamptonshire Steam, we get to see these wonderful pictures of the various lines that went through Northamptonshire, and one of them being the LMS. Got to look at the books here. So find myself here at Kettering, but then we look at the you've got Brixworth, Stratton, Church Brampton down there, and then Northampton Castle down here, and that used to go up here to Market Harborough. And so, you know, the model that I'm modelling, the line that I'm modelling is the Northampton to Market Harborough line. Not the whole lot, because I can't, but I'm trying to do things to scale. So Pittsford and Brampton was the bit that I was most interested in, and in this book it's got various pictures of that. So if we flick through, I saved a page here, flick to here, and we have the beginning of the Northampton to Market Harborough line. It says that it's 18 miles long, and looks like LMS were running up and down here all day long. It's just nice, you've got all these bits of all kind of goods traffic, where we have lots of the iron works, or the iron ore works, picking up and digging up around the area iron ore out of the ground, and that would get transported up. Here you got Boughton Crossing, which I kind of drive over each day. There's a bus here waiting for it, and if you're from the area, you'll see this building is still here. It's a house, which I guess was the signalman's house before, I'm guessing, and that road is still there, maybe in a slightly different position now, but that then goes along here and up a hill into Moulton. And this is Pittsford and Brampton. This is that building that I showed you just now in that picture, and this is all I had to work from in the to begin with. There's no waiting room on the opposite side. You can see the paving slab surface here. So you got the big slabs and then little slabs going along there. So on my platform, I did more than that and actually encroached in this area. But, you know, I've got the opportunity now to make a fence. I can have a small building. I say building, a shed. But this was in 1962 when it was a bit more run down. But there's nicer pictures of it with the Pittsford and Brampton sign just here, kicking around. Yeah, so this building was brick all over, and then look at some of the other pictures and you'll see almost an identical building, and it looks like it's got, like, is it pebble dash on the sides? You can see some brick on the inside of here and there, and just slightly different things going on. Got a small hut there and a hut here. So that's interesting. And then on the other side, no platform, just one side. And this was one at Brixworth. So there must have been just traffic, I guess, going north up to Market Harborough from here. When it came back, I wonder where it stopped. Maybe there was no stopping on the way back. But again, one of my favourite looking bridges. And I should go and see if that's still there. Go and check that one out. Here's another one here. And so this one is Lamport Station. Again, you've got all that pebble dash I don't know the name of it. Please correct me in the comments below. And then you've got your more fences. And like, if you look at the platform itself here, you have the concrete sections, which are pillars going up to support the slabs. Whereas here, we have the bricks that go along here. So I can always do that for my other ones. Again, there is a Lamport one. And finally, the last pictures that it shows us, because it moves on to Blisworth and Northampton to Peterborough. We've got Kelmarsh, which you have the tunnels. And I learned from my friend Tim that Kelmarsh tunnels were used in the Peaky Blinders to film various scenes and everything. If you look down here, you have, where is it? So Clipston, Oxendon, if that's how you say it. Again, this is my only kind of picture that I have to use as a reference for my waiting room. I'll show you some other pictures that I have. So I picked this up kind of early on in my adventures into all of this. Inside, got this picture. I found this online. Any pictures I could find, you know, I kind of thought I would get them. But you've got Kelmarsh Station here. You've got, again, the small building in the background, which is for the waiting room, which I'm trying to base my model on. And then we've got the building. Again, all the buildings were like a certain pattern. So it's great to get these photographs and things. But in here, the Northampton and Harborough line. And in here, you got Geoffrey Martin. With thanks and all the best wishes from John Goff. Is his last name? And then, so yes, it's signed by the person that it belonged to. So this talks about all the different things here, but I generally look at the pictures. So you've got Northampton Castle view. So going over the, again, standard looking bridge that was built on the line. So we want this many bridges, this many times. You've got the line, you've got Pitsford and Brampton here. It shows all the elevation changes, I guess, on the map. And the rivers coming through. But the bit that initially was kind of like, oh my word, I need to see this, is these pictures here. And we have the bits here, so we've got the station here. Again, no building opposite it, even though it shows that, you know, there would have been that on one of the maps that I've got. Yeah, so that small building here, it's again not in the best condition, but at the same time it's there and wonderful to see. Stratton Station, which is something that I want to model. Again, not a lot to model, but we've got a building here. What does that look like? Abandoned platforms. Brixworth Station, actually really nice view from this one. Must be standing on the bridge going over, and there was a footbridge, but it looks like there's an area to walk over here at the end. You've got the other end of that building that we saw on the other one. So I get an idea of what I can do to build up my building. And then here, Lamport Station, and you see on here, if I just flick this in here, you've got the style of, I don't even know what you call these, the little dangly bits. Well, they're not dangling, but they're firm. But it gives it a bit of style. You've got the old LMS logo there coming through here. So it gives me something to work with. And again, Kelmarsh waiting room. So we've got an idea of what the waiting rooms look like. And again here. So let me show you what I've been doing with the waiting rooms. And then I'll show you the big building. So firstly, I started out mocking up something not quite right in regards to the pictures, like this stuck out a bit too far, and this part of the building seemed too big, and I didn't put a window in. But it's nice to just put something together, and I could plonk it up on the next to the platform to see what it looked like. This one's very similar, but kind of just getting an idea on it. My next step was to put the windows in. So as you can see here, we have the windows, and I started adding a bit of detail coming down here. and just start finessing small areas of it. But I wasn't really happy with this. It didn't really stand out for me. Wasn't sure how the front would be, but I thought let's leave it open fronted, so then it would just be an open area with some seats in. But I wanted to make this bit nicer, so that's why I got to this one. I've got a pair here, but what I've done is I've gone for that design that I showed you before. Got the window detail in there. This one's a lot neater than the previous one that I did. I made it so the roof, which is a flat panel, kind of slotted into the top here a bit better, and then added somewhere for the passengers to sit whilst they're patiently waiting. Yeah, so with that, I painted using some primer, kind of a bone colour. It's called Wraithbone by Citadel, and it became that colour. I then wanted to look at painting up the other shades, so we then painted the roof in a kind of dark grey, mixed with a bit of black. And then once that was painted, which I then had to come back after to touch it up anyway, I looked at painting the rest of it, painting around the edge of just below the roof line in a LMS like maroony reddish colour. And then painting back in cream areas where I did it wrong. And then halfway up the wooden panels on the side, I also painted them in that same colour to finish it off nicely. With that then done, I can add that to the station area. It's of course not a perfectly finished article, but it's a great representation, and in reality that's what we're doing here. We're making things that represent the thing that we're interested in. Of course, some people do it a lot better than others. So this is an example here. So this is my station building. It's a kind of a mock-up. So I did some sketching out on CAD, and then by hand cut out bits of card, drawn some moving tiles. I lasered some when I wasn't being lazy. So kind of got it to the point that it's very much like what I'm seeing in the pictures. So I'll need to make like I think a small hut that goes this side, the small one that goes there, and put a fence on the bit here. So that actually has entertained me thoroughly. So now I need to add an embankment going up here. My hand looks very long now. I've got the 0.5 lens on. But yeah, we've got the embankment that comes up and down, and that'd be one of the next things to do, really. I thought I'd get out my terrier. He is terrific. What I can use to represent, the small huts is I can add this one here. This is one of the West Hill Wagon Works 3D printed buildings I got ages ago. So plonk that here, that will represent that one there. But getting an idea now, and because I've made extras of these, they go together nice and easy. It's just laser cut bits. I can put them wherever I like. If I want to put a station on, then I can have my waiting room ready to go. This building as well, which is going to take some time, once I've got to the point that it's a really good representation, I can make a few of them, some of the pebble dash, some of the brick. Pebble dash will be easier because I don't have to draw loads of bricks on, but fine. I'll get it to a point that I can then make my second one that will go over this side. So yeah, that is where we are with that. But no, I've thoroughly enjoyed that, and what we do is we'll get the terrier going. So it's been nice to get to that stage of just having, I've got boards up now, got platform, got the station buildings. I'm not sure what I want to work on next. A big part of me wants to get the OO loop going so I can have that running when I'm doing TT. So you never know, on like coming episodes, you might see a bit of progress with that. I've got loads of ambition with that of what I want to achieve with it. And when I do the OO, I don't think I've given up on my TT. Very, very far from that. I've done an intense amount of work on the TT layout, and with that, you know, I've got a lot to show for it. But I'd like to get the OO out. It's light at the moment. I actually haven't got any lighting in the loft, so it's nice to get it out whilst I've got this skylight that's up there, so I can get it all out, get it down. And you know, I want to put bits of wood down here, some support, so then I can input boards down same way as I've done up here. I'll do sections, so then I can work on that separately. I can change it around. If I don't like a section, take it out, swap it out with something else. Absolutely thoroughly love having this, like the 1.2 meter length ones, or over here the meter length ones that allow me to well, I can just get them down whenever I want, which is great. Once I've put the track on properly and I've got all rail joiners, or the copper clad sleepers joining everything up, it will be great. But yeah, as the Terrier rolls in, I'll say goodbye. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye.